So this is the first couple of steps in the Tamiya Avante Black Special build. I got up to step 6 in the manual here. So just so you know, I am using the hex heads screw set. Okay, these are actually quite nice. They come in all kinds of sizes and everything for the build, and they're very nicely labeled. For example, this is let me see if I can zoom in, 3x10mm socket cap hex screws, right? And all the socket cap ones have this sort of this orange labeling here, or color code, and then all of the, the flathead screws have this kind of grayish color code here. So pretty much all the sizes you would need, although there are some rather unique screws for this build. For example, here there's this weird looking screw that of course you're not going to get in the hex heads kit. So some of the Tamiya kit screws you will still have to use for the build, such as this one. And for this battery mount piece here, you do have to use these Phillips screws here. They're not quite countersunk, but they do have a very shallow head here, and the socket screws have a thicker head, so you have to use the kit screw for this. I would recommend pre-tapping the holes for these, because this plastic is quite a bit hard, and you'll very likely strip the Phillips screw head if you don't pre-tap these. And you could just tap them with one of these guys using a hex driver. It works fine. Let's see here. One interesting part of the build is this bevel gear here. You have a bearing that goes on either side, and then there's a shaft that comes in and runs through it. So when you're screwing this whole case on, you have this thing placed up like this, and you try to get all the screws in on the other side. This may fall out, so just make sure you hold that with your finger. Over here, of course, this is the Novak brushless system. The Super Sport is their very first brushless system, so I'm just throwing it in here. I thought there was something else I was going to go over. No, I can't really think of it. So, also the plastic for this is it looks like it's the standard, the older ABS plastic that Tamiya used to use with their older kits. So even though they did upgrade like the upper and lower decks to carbon fiber over FRP, the plastic is still the older plastic, or at least it seems. It doesn't feel like carbon composite plastic. So it may be more brittle or more fragile than the plastics used in more modern Tamiya kits. So that's even more of a reason to get these kinds of screws, because they're not self-tapping, and so you can screw them in and unscrew them many more times than the standard self-tapping screws before you break something here. So this is where I am right now. The next part of the build is, of course, the wonderful ball diffs. So I'll get to those and then pop them in, close it up, and a couple steps later I'll make another video showing the progress there.